Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to your everyday Vinyasa flow for strength, flexibility, and mental sanity. Let's get started with the breath. Calming the mind, preparing the body for this practice. Sitting up nice and tall, close your eyes, take a deep breath in through the nose to start. And a slow, long exhale. And again, deep breath in. Pulling up through the belly and then the chest, and then a slow, long exhale. Relaxing the shoulders, calm the mind. This practice is for you. Bring in love, bring in calm. And let's start with a beautiful smile on our faces, bringing our arms all the way up on the inhale. Interlacing your fingers, bringing your palms up, straighten your elbows, chest forward, give yourself a nice stretch. Deep breath in, and then bringing your hands behind your head, bending over towards the right side, keeping both hip bones on the mat. Open up the chest, look up. Take a nice breath in and out. Come up to center, and then over to the other side. Get this nice, beautiful side stretch. Have your elbows nice and wide. Again, looking up. And back up to center. Bring your arms all the way up, looking up once more. And then lower your hands all the way down to your mat. Now, another side stretch, bringing the left arm up. Reach, reach, reach. Going a little bit deeper here. And then we're bringing our fingertips forward. Start to curve the spine here, almost like in a seated cat-cow, dropping your head down. Nice and slow. Feel this on your lower back, upper back. And then find yourself in the side stretch once more. Nice inhale, look up. Good. Coming all the way up. Bring your knees together. Swing them around into your tabletop position. Flipping your toes, coming to your first downward facing dog. So we're gonna take our time here, nice and slow, your knees are bent, and just start to pedal out your feet. Have a little micro bend in your elbows. Take another deep, intentional breath. Move your hips from side to side if it feels good. And then slowly lower your knees all the way to touch. Bring them nice and wide. Have your toes touching at the back. Sit down into your child's pose, bringing your fingertips forward. Maybe resting your forehead on the mat. And then slowly bringing both hands over towards the right side. Pull your body in towards the right knee, the right leg, and then back to center and over to the left. So throughout this practice, be mindful of engaging your muscles here as we stretch. This will help deepen the flexibility as well as strengthen the muscles. Rolling back up into your tabletop position, extending your left leg out, toes pointed down, and then extending your left arm up over your head, palm facing in, lift a little bit higher. This is when we're starting to engage the core, squeeze the belly in tight. Take a nice deep breath in, lift a little bit higher, and then lower the hand, and then lower the knee, switching sides. Left leg goes out, toes pointed down. Right arm goes up over the head, lift a little bit higher, squeeze the glute. Keep breathing. Lift a little bit higher. And then lower the hand, lower the knee, flip the toes, downward facing dog. Another deep breath here. You can pedal out the feet or just have a little bit of stillness, pulling your belly in, hips high, chest towards the mat. We're gonna lift our heels a couple times here, so you feel really good on the feet, lifting your heels, and then push them down into the mat. Once more, lift, 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 squeeze the belly, and lower. And now we're gonna lift our heels, bend our knees, do a little walk or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. We're bringing our hands up onto our shins, flat back. Take a little pause here, bringing your weight a little bit forward. Roll your shoulders back. Try to have that nice flat back. And then bringing your weight on the balls of your feet, feeling this stretch just behind your legs and your hamstrings. And then melt yourself all the way down into your forward fold. Make sure that your fingers are aligned with your toes. Have a little micro bend. Let's move from side to side. Create a little bit of movement here. Make your feet hip width apart. Grab onto your elbows. Let's do a little bit of a rag doll. Good. Placing your hands down on the mat. Bend the knees, rise to stand, reach all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bring your arms all the way up on the inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping the right foot back, we're coming into a low lunge. Drop the right knee, look up, chest forward, heart forward. Release the back toe. Take a pause. Make sure that you have your left knee squeezed in towards your chest. And then take a little peek back behind your left shoulder. Try to look at your right foot. Hold. Come back to center. Tuck your back toe, straighten the back leg. This is where we're engaging the core, we're engaging the back leg here, tightening the muscles. Look up. And then we're going to straighten the front leg. So slowly start to straighten the front leg. You can drop the back heel or keep it lifted. Reach your fingertips towards the top of the mat and melt your body down over towards that left leg. And then bending the front knee once more. We're coming into our runner's lunge. And then we're going to rock forward, slingshot, bring your right foot to meet the left at the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, rise to stand, reach up, look up. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Picking up the left foot now, coming into your low lunge. Bring the chest forward. Remember, you could always have blocks or something underneath your hands. Bring your chest forward. Just let your hips open up. And then looking over your right shoulder towards the left foot. This is a good opportunity to hug that knee in. Coming back to center, tucking the left foot, and then straightening the back leg. Bringing your chest, heart, forward towards the mat. Feel both feet firmly grounded. And then slowly start to straighten the right leg. Dropping the back heel if it feels good, reaching your fingertips towards the mat, melting your body over the right leg. Take a nice inhale, elongate the spine, try to straighten the back, and then melt down. And then bending forward once more, coming into your runner's lunge, and then do a little rock if you need to. Bring your left leg to the top of the mat to meet the right. Forward fold, fingers aligned with the toes. Melting forward, forward fold. You could have a little micro bend in the knees. And then bend the knees, rise to stand. Reach all the way up. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to heart center. Bring your arms up on the inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, step the right foot back, and then the left in your high plank position. Holding your high plank here. Engage the core and your legs. And then slowly dropping your knees down, release your toes, and then lower down to your chest, chin, and then we're gonna pull up to our upward facing dog. Keep your toes together. We're lifting up our hips now, pushing your hands in towards the mat, shoulders away from the ears. And then peeking over your right shoulder for a nice little stretch. And center. Peeking over your left shoulder and center. Flipping onto your toes, bend your knees, downward facing dog. Right leg goes up, three-legged dog. And then bending the right knee, open up the hip, keeping our shoulders square, both heels heavy. Open up the hip. Two big circles here. We're gonna drop the knee down, out, and around. Down, out, and around. Straighten the leg, three-legged dog. Lower down to the mat, downward facing dog. Lifting the left leg up, three-legged dog. Bending the knee, left knee. Bringing that knee to the sky. Both heels are heavy. Shoulders are square towards the mat. And then two big circles, dropping the knee down, out to the side, and up. Down, out to the side, and up. Straighten the left leg. And then lower down the left leg, downward facing dog, rolling forward into your high plank position. Knees or toes, chaturanga down. Push up to your upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees, do a little jump or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, slowly rise to stand. Reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And take a second in your mountain pose. This isn't just standing, this is a pose. So you're going to squeeze in your belly, have your feet grounded onto the mat, toes nice and wide, feel yourself nice and stable. Maybe close your eyes. Pelvic bone down, pulling your belly in nice and strong, hands forward, rolling your shoulders back. Chin is forward and down. You want that spine all in alignment. Take a breath in and out. A little pause. Become aware of your heart beating, the temperature of your body, and your breath. One more deep breath in. And exhale. Come to the top of the mat if you're not already there. Working on a little bit of balance. We're gonna pick up our right knee. And then we're gonna bring our arms all the way up. Squeezing the belly. And then a nice big step back into our warrior one. Bring your arms all the way up. Bending the front knee. Lift, lift, lift. Inhale. Looking up. And then dropping both hands. Interlace your fingers. Straighten your elbows. Maybe a little back bend. And then come forward into your humble warrior. So we're bringing our left elbow to our left knee. Lifting our arms up. Dropping your head. And then lower your hands down to the inside of your left foot. Come into lizard pose. So we're dropping that back knee. Bring the chest forward. You can bring your elbows down to the mat or to blocks, or stay up on your hands. Enjoy this nice hip opening stretch. And then coming back onto your hands, tucking in the back toes, straightening the leg, bringing your arm back around on either side. And then we're gonna drop the back heel. We're gonna transition into our warrior two. Bending the front knee, keeping that knee or the knee out. Relax your shoulders. Dropping the back hand, flipping the front palm. Let's go into a reverse triangle. So we're straightening that front leg, reach back. Good, and then come forward, bend the front knee, come into your extended side angle, elbow to knee. Or you could drop your hand all the way down to your mat. Reach, 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 look up. Coming all the way back up into your warrior two, flipping both palms, reach up, look up, nice inhale, and lower, warrior two. Flipping both palms, straighten the front leg, lift, and lower. Cartwheel the arms, bringing both hands down, taking the left foot, swing it back into your high plank position, knees or toes, chaturanga down. Upward dog or cobra. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting the heels, bend the knees, walk, jump, or step to the top of the mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Fingertips aligned with the toes. Take a little pause here. Deepen the stretch. Bend the knees, rise to stand. Reach all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a pause into that mountain pose once more, remembering your posture. Couple breaths. Breathing in through the nose. And exhale. Switching sides. Coming to the top of the mat. Bring your hands to your waist to start. Make sure you have your gaze on something that's not moving. Picking up your left foot this time. Arms go up. Nice inhale. And then stepping back into your warrior one. Bring your arms all the way up, bending the front knee, back leg is straight. Relax your shoulders. Maybe a little back bend as you reach a little bit further. And then dropping your hands behind your back, straightening your arms. A little back bend here as we come down into our humble warrior, bringing the right elbow to the right knee. Arms go up. Good, and then placing both hands down towards the inside of the right leg, dropping the back knee, coming into your lizard pose. Maybe dropping your elbows down to the mat. You could do a little bit of movement here with your legs. Always listening to your body. And then placing both hands on the mat if you're not already there. Bring your right arm all the way around, picking up or tucking the back toe, straightening the back leg, dropping the back heel. This is where we transition into our warrior two. Bending the front knee, relax your shoulders, hold. And then straightening the front leg, drop the back hand, reach back for your reverse triangle. And then coming forward to your extended side angle. So bending the front knee, elbow goes to the knee, or your hand, fingertips might be just touching the mat. Good, coming all the way back up into your warrior two. Flipping both palms, reach up, look up, inhale, straighten the front leg. And lower. Be nice and graceful here. Flipping both palms. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Reach up and lower. One more time. Flipping both palms. Reach up, inhale and lower. Nice. Cartwheel the arms. Coming down into your runner's lunge. Taking your right foot, sending it back, high plank position. Knees or toes, chaturanga down. Upward dog or cobra. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a little pause here. Let's take a moment in stillness in our downward facing dog. Sometimes we get antsy in our yoga practice. We don't want to take the time to maybe hold the poses. We just want to go, go, go. Lift your hips nice and high. Focus on your heels being heavy. Feel your hands pressed in towards the mat. Good, and then slowly lower your knees all the way down to your mat into your child's pose. Now, if you're used to bringing your knees apart for your child's pose, try bringing them together. It's always good to try something different, something new, and then sway from side to side. Good, and then rolling all the way up. We're gonna come onto our hip, swing our legs around, and pull our right foot to the inner part of our left leg, inner thigh. Our left foot is flexed. Bring your arms all the way up on the inhale. Exhale, reach towards the left foot. On the inhale, focus on elongating the spine. Exhale, lower down to your leg. With every exhale, feel yourself get closer and closer. If you could reach the outside of your left foot, you can also feel a nice stretch in your lower back. Good, and then slowly come up. Take your right hand, bring it all the way back. Bring the opposite arm up onto your knee, pushing your hips forward. Open up your chest here. And then slowly come down, switching sides. So we have our right leg extended and our left foot pressed in towards our right inner thigh. Lifting your arms all the way up. Exhale, lower down. So when you're working on the stretch, again, take your time. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, slowly start to come down. Maybe close your eyes if it feels good. Everything takes time. Anything worth getting anyways. You want to be proud of your accomplishments, the dedication that it took for you to get where you want to be. It's a journey that truly is never ending. Good, and then slowly coming up, taking your left arm, reach behind you, take your right arm up over as you bring your hips forward, bringing your weight on towards your left knee. Kind of like a wild thing variation. Stretching the arm. Good, coming back to center. And let's come into a Baddha Konasana, so bringing our heels and our toes together, sitting up nice and tall. Maybe a little fluttering of your butterfly wings. Sitting up nice and tall. Could do a little movement here with the neck. Good. And let's stretch those hips a little bit more. We worked them so much. Have your feet placed on the mat. And that's side to side. So this is like a 90-90, or they call them windshield wipers. Good. Bring your feet to the top of the mat and then slowly lower all the way down, one vertebra at a time. When you're down here, we're going to push right up into a bridge. So have your feet grounded on the mat, pushing your hips high, squeezing the glutes at the same time. You can have your hands, your toes just grazing your ankles, rolling your shoulders back, bringing your hips up. Or another good stretch. Sometimes I like to just put my hands over my head, stretch the body, maybe bring my knees a little bit wider apart. But in the beginning, you should try to keep them hip width apart. Lift, lift, lift. Don't forget to breathe. And then slowly lower all the way down. Bring both knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a little bit of hug, self-love. Maybe bringing your chin up, your head up. Squeeze into a little ball. And then extending your right leg all the way down to the mat and squeezing your left knee in. For your wind release pose, flexing both feet. And then give yourself a little bit of movement here with the left knee. So you're taking both hands on the left knee and making big circles. This can feel really good on the lower back. One way and then the other. Feels good on your tailbone too. Straightening the left leg, lower down, switching sides. So picking up the right leg, bending the right knee, squeezing it in towards your chest. And nice big circles, one way and then the other. Notice maybe your body is starting to cool down. Your heart rate is slowing down. You can close your eyes if you want for the rest of the practice. And let's just come into our Supta Baddha Konasana just for a moment, where we bring our heels and our toes to touch and then let both knees fall out to either side, letting gravity open up our hips here. Placing your right hand on your belly, left hand on your heart. And then fill up your belly like a balloon on the inhale. And then feel it go down slowly on the exhale. Deep breath in and out. And in and out. And then you can stay in this pose or start to straighten your legs out for your Shavasana. Don't skip this part, super important. And start to relax every part of your body, starting with your toes, your calves, your legs, your hips, which tend to hold a lot of tension. So really relaxing your hips, your belly, your chest, your shoulders, palms facing upwards. And just take a couple minutes, a few minutes just to yourself before your busy day starts. Notice how calm you feel. Maybe focus on your third eye. If you want to stay in this Shavasana, please do. For as long as you want, pause the video, take some more time out for you. If you want to close the practice with me, you start to bring your arms over your head, point your toes, give yourself a full body stretch. And then rolling over to one side, nice and slowly, and calm. And then coming into a comfortable seated position, placing your hands on your heart, where we come together and give thanks and gratitude for this beautiful practice that is yoga. Take this loving, positive energy that you now have and share it with all those that you love. Thanks so much for joining me today. Namaste.